Hey everyone, welcome back to the Kia Hyundai channel. My name is Charlotte.
And I'm Gabby.
And today we are taking a look at two similar but different vehicles. So I'm going to be focusing on the 2022 Hyundai Elantra Preferred with the tech package.
Oh, and I'm going to do the Kia, the Kia Forte EX. Now, you've often heard the term eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Same applies for me and Charlotte, and same applies for these two vehicles. Now, they do share a lot of similarities, but they also have their fair share of differences, namely price point, features, styling. We're going to walk you through all those things today, starting off with what's under the hood. They do share the same engine, same transmission. So this is a 2-liter MPI engine, so regular gasoline, no turbo either. With an IVT transmission. They're both rated roughly the same for fuel efficiency. Now the Forte is going to read at 7 combined, and the Elantra is 6.7,
6.7.
right? Perfect. So we're going to have Charlotte start off with the Elantra, do a full walk around exterior and interior, and then we'll do the same thing for the Forte.
Woo! All right, so you're back with me. Also, just a side note, Gabby and I, we're not sisters or twins, but we do sometimes look alike if you close one eye, close two eyes, whatever. But to start off, we are going to take a look at the Elantra. So I'll have Mark show what is under the hood before I close it. So even though it is the same engine, it does look like it is set up differently from actually what's in the Forte. And you guys will get a good look at that as well. I'm going to close that. Very sorry with the mic on. So this vehicle, it is in Phantom Black. So this is our not pearlescent paint. It's the one that does not have the paint surcharge to it. And as you can see on this vehicle, we have a lot of more matte black accents. We don't have that usual gunmetal chrome that we have been seeing from Hyundai a lot. We do have matte black in the front. And then for your lights, you mostly have bulbs on the front and on the rear, but your daytime running lights, they are LEDs, so you do get the benefit of that as well. This vehicle also does have a high beam assist. So when you do put your high beams on, if there is someone coming in the opposite direction, they will automatically shut off so that they are not blinded, keeping in accordance with our laws here, and then they will turn back on automatically as well. If we come around to the side, both vehicles have the same size wheels. They both have 16-inch, and we have these lovely, again, sticking with more of the matte black. It's not a true black. It's more of like a darker chrome. Not even chrome because it's, you know, more matte, but doesn't have that more of a pearly finish. And then as we come around to the side, you can see that we have body-colored mirrors, body-colored door handles, and then also continuing with the parametric design on the side. So lots of angular elements, lots of architectural styling on this side. And then also you do have a proximity key when it comes to this vehicle. So you do have this little button. It is black, so it's harder to see, but you press that to unlock and lock your vehicle. If we're taking a look at the top, I will show you the little shark fin antenna. That's something I like to point out because this vehicle does have the capacity for HD radio, which the normal Preferred without the tech package does not. And then we'll come around to the rear. Of course, you've got your lights. These are just going to be bulbs in the back. Nothing too crazy. We don't have a spoiler or anything like that. I will show you the trunk release though. A lot of people obviously think it's going to be down here. It's actually this little handy button here. So you've got your backup camera, your badging, and then your trunk release. And despite what people think about this being a sedan, is there actually is a good amount of trunk space in here. Like I could probably, I'm wearing pants today so I can do this. I can stick my legs all the way to the back sitting up. I'm about 5'1", maybe 5'2". And I do fully fit in here. But we can also show one of the key differences between the Elantra and the Forte. And that's going to be what we have underneath, is you actually do have a real spare tire. So that's something that's nice to have. The Forte does just have a mobility kit. Slam it harder. We'll take a look at the outside. This way you guys can get more of an overview from this different angle, and hopefully you can actually pick up on the architectural elements. There we go. And now we can hop inside the vehicle. All right, so now we're ready to get inside the vehicle. We'll be able to hop in the driver's seat soon. I'll just point out the door first and what we have here. Obviously, you know, you have a little bit of design elements. You have the gray stitching for a little bit of contrast. You do have mirrors that you can control electronically. They do not fold in or fold out when you lock or unlock the vehicle. I will make sure to mention that too. For windows, your driver's side window does have a express window, but none of the other vehicles, or none of the other windows, not vehicles, do. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but at least the driver does have one. You have 6 speakers in this vehicle. Of course, we can see one of them right there, alongside your little convenience pocket too, where you can put your water bottle or something like that. For the driver's seat, and I'll have Mark show the seats when he comes around, they are premium cloth, so they are very, very soft. I actually do find them softer than the Forte, and we were sitting in this vehicle for a fair bit yesterday doing a little bit of research, and I found them really quite comfortable. So that is nice because usually leather is a lot more comfortable to me than cloth, but pleasantly surprised. For your seat, you do have 6-way adjustable, and the passenger has 4-way manual adjustable. So of course your backrest is going to be back here if you need to raise or lower your seat, and then obviously pulling it forward and backwards. And then over on this side, you have your brightness adjuster, lane follow assist, lane keep assist, and then turning off your traction control. And now we can talk about the steering wheel, but first I'll have Mark come around. He'll show you the seats, and then we can keep the tech rolling. Hi, Mark. How are you? So these are the seats that I was talking about, the premium cloth, and you can see that we have some nice white silverish gray detailing too. Now I'll have Mark give an overview of what we see in the cabin. This way you guys can kind of orientate yourselves based on what we're seeing here too. Great. And you will see some of the differences between, of course, the Forte and this vehicle. So we'll start off with the steering wheel. Both vehicles, they do have your driving controls and then also your speaking controls, and they have a lot of the same safety features. Both vehicles are going to have cruise control. Both vehicles are going to have lane keep assist, lane follow assist, forward collision avoidance assist, and rear collision avoidance assist. They also have things like safe exit and rear driver occupant alert as well. So a lot of the safety features in this vehicle are going to be very similar. A lot of it is going to come out to outlay and design too. So for design, we'll take a look at the dash. So you can see that it's got a little bit of a sportier feel. You have your speedometer, you've got your tachometer, and usually with Kia, we see the screen in the center. Obviously, it's offset this time. This is the 4.3-inch screen, and then you also have your 8-inch media screen too. We'll move down. You do have automatic climate controls, so that is nice, and they are dual zone, so the driver can set theirs to their preference, and same thing with the passenger. We also have heated seats in the front defrost, rear defrost, recirculated air, and then we also have a heated steering wheel. Both steering wheels, I believe, are leather wrapped and fully heated, which is very nice. This vehicle also does have 3 different drive modes. So sport, smart, and normal. And this button, of course, it can be a little bit harder to see. And then also, we do have a parking camera. Now, this parking camera does not include the dynamic lines that show your turning radius, but you still do have, a very standard backup camera, and it's nice to get that extra level of visibility too. We'll move down again. We'll take a look at the console. Gabi mentioned that this is an IVT transmission. Now, something about this vehicle that I find very interesting is the fact that they did not include a wireless phone charger. Your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it is completely wireless. You don't need to connect to a cable, but if you do want to charge your phone, you are going to need to use a cable. They did not include wireless charging, even though I wish they did on this vehicle, but hey, I'm not the head of design, so I can't really say too much about it. One thing this vehicle does have, though, is it does have Blue Link, so that is something nice that they have included in the tech package. Also in the tech package is we have a sunroof. So the Forte, it does not have a sunroof. I'll open this up. So you can see that we've got this here. I'll have Mark shoot it from above. Hi everyone, a sky high angle. And then also we can close it back up. Now, of course, the sunroof itself is powered, but the shield is not powered. So that is manual. You will have to pull it back. Another thing I will point out in this vehicle that differs from the Forte is that it is a push to start. That's really going to summarize a lot of the key differences between this vehicle. I'll show you guys the back seat, and then we'll hop over to the Forte. Turn it off first. Okay, so not too much going on in the back seat. It is fairly standard. You still do have the very comfortable premium cloth seats in the back. We can comfortably fit at least 3 adults, and you shouldn't fit more than 3 adults back here because there's only 3 seat belts. But actually, we have tried it where Gabby, myself, and Mark have all sat back here, and our shoulders weren't touching. We had a good amount of room. Something I do wish this vehicle had was rear vents. It is missing those, unfortunately, so you're not getting as good an airflow back here. But it is a smaller vehicle, so you can keep things relatively cool, and you have the benefit of recirculated air as well. I'll have Mark show the door too. You can see that we do have cup holders and a little convenience pocket over there, but as far as styling elements, there's not really too much going on there or in the back as well. So that's really going to conclude us taking a look at the Elantra. So we're going to bounce back to Gabby, and we'll take a look at the Forte.
Okay, so now we're here to show the Forte some love. So once again, this is the 2022 Kia Forte EX. This is 2 above the base model. So the entry level is the LX manual, and then above that you have the LX IVT, which adds the automatic IVT transmission. And then you get to EX. So this is where the fun kicks in. So you have LED daytime running lights, followed by regular halogen projection bulbs. One thing I really love that they did for 2022 is they added a lot more design and spunk to the Kia. So right in the headlight unit, you can see we have this kind of, what's that word, Charlotte? Parametric design in the headlight. So there's lots of shapes, lots of, it's 3-dimensional basically. It looks really cool. Down here, we also have that same kind of design for our front grille. So some black accents. We have the chrome along the belt line. Lower down here, we got more black. And then we have these kind of faux grates to let air into your bay. We'll come around to the side here. Again, we have 16-inch machine finished alloy wheels, so same size as the Elantra, but they took a different spin on the design. So instead of an all black or an all gray design, they did gray and silver. We'll come around. On your mirror, you do have a turn signal indicator, so that's a nice safety feature to have. Also with this trim level, you do get blind spot detection. So if I were to signal a turn and there's a car in my blind spot, it would alert me, hey, maybe now is not the best time to change lanes. Coming around to the side, body color door handles. For your trunk, we do not have an actual button here to release the trunk. You can do it either from your key fob or by the driver's side door, so by your foot pedals. That's one thing I don't love about the Forte because I find it's really nice to have a trunk release. I'm just gonna pop it right now. And there you go. I do find this trunk is much easier to load and unload than the Elantra. It has a much bigger opening. Cargo space though wise, or liter space, there is a ton of room. So Charlotte did the sit down test. I think it's only fair if I do it too. So I'm just gonna hop in. I have a little bit longer legs than Charlotte, and they go completely flat to the back of the seats. And those seats, they do fold down as well too, so depending on what you need to put into the car, you can adjust as needed. It does not have a spare tire. It has a mobility kit, so I can show you that as well too. There's your mobility kit just tucked in the back there, although it does have room for a spare, so you could put one there if you'd like to. If not, you have tons of room for additional storage. So we'll close that up. Backup camera is just located right over here. Nice Kia logo along the back. And you have a faux dual muffler exhaust look. So you can kind of see from the back, you have these fake exhaust tips. One thing I noticed with the Forte is they kind of add a little bit more of a sporty look to it. I think this Forte definitely looks a bit more sporty, more peppy, more fun. Although they are the same vehicle essentially, I do prefer the look of the Forte. Now we'll come around. I'm going to hop inside the vehicle and show you the tech that's inside, and we'll do a comparison same way we did with the Elantra. All right, so now I'm in the Forte. I am very comfy. Some of you guys know I do drive a Forte personally, so I'm used to this. It's very, very comfy for me. These seats, they are manual, so just like the Elantra, you can adjust and bring them closer, recline the seat, move the seat up actually as well too, so if you like to sit a little bit higher, you can do that. Same thing with your steering wheel, it is adjustable. One thing with Kia, I find they have a different steering wheel design. So the Hyundai had the spokes down here. This one's a more traditional, I would say, shape for a steering wheel. I really like it. It is heated. The seats are heated. One thing about this trim, it's still cloth. We have this nice stripe down the center. Seats are pretty comfy. Now, I do have to say I do like the Elantra seat a little bit better. It's just a little bit more premium looking, and I feel like it's a bit softer, although these ones are still pretty soft. And I do have to say, with cloth seats, whenever you turn your heated seats on, they heat up so fast, it's not even funny. It is very comfortable. Down here is the latches I was talking about, so you can actually release your trunk there, and as well as your gas cap. And then on the left, before we have Mark join us on the other side, I have our brightness adjuster, our blind spot detection, we can turn it on or off, and our traction control. Now Mark will come around and we'll take a look at everything else. So one thing immediately that I love in the Forte and I use every day is the wireless phone charger. You never know, you could be running late, forget your charger, your phone's almost dead, drop it in there, you don't have to worry about anything, your phone charges. As long as you see this little orange light, that's going to indicate that the charging is successful and that it's, actually charging. If you throw other stuff in there, it can be tempting to throw sunglasses or just coins, whatever it may be there. It's not going to work, so you just want to make sure it's clear. One thing I especially love about that is you can have the wireless phone charger with the wireless CarPlay and it works seamless because your phone's still charging. Some other cars, anything with our bigger screen, you do have to have it wired, so it's going to charge anyway. It's really nice to kill two birds with one stone. With Apple CarPlay, you'll have your maps, you have your music, you have your voice commands from your phone as well too. So it's very handy, very nice to have. If you don't like it, you can always go back to the Kia menu and have everything else that's in your regular Kia mainframe. Now, one thing with the Hyundai, it does have BlueLink. This one does not have UVO Intelligence or Kia Connect, so it doesn't have that feature. Another thing that's immediately different is you do have a regular key ignition and not push to start. So you would have to move to the EX Premium to get a push to start in the Kia Forte. But moving on to things that this car does have, we have forward collision avoidance, which you can adjust to change the sensitivity of it. It also has steering assistance. So that's going to be this little button on the steering wheel here. You can have your vehicle actually take the curve of the road for you. It works great with cruise control as well too, because the car will essentially drive itself and avoid collisions. What more could you ask for? Now I'll have Mark do a quick pan over oh my gosh, I'm losing my words, over everything in the cabin, and we'll take a look at the back seats. And you'll notice no sunroof in this specific trim level. You would have to go one step up to the EX Plus. All right, now let's take a look at the back seats. Great. I'm sorry, is this the comfy couch or is this the Kia Forte? These seats are so comfy. So I'll have Mark join me in a second, but before that, I just want to let you know that the seats, they still have that same design pattern. They're extremely comfortable. You do have a USB outlet right over there, and you have rear climate control. So you can adjust your vents and the direction as well too. You do have lights in the back, so your rear passengers can, see what they're doing. You also have this little net here for the back seat of your passenger side. Now I'll have Mark join me. We'll both take a sit. Now Mark is very tall, so he moved the seat almost all the way back for him to film me when we were in the front. Now he is a little tight on space there, but we wouldn't put Mark in the back seat of the Forte if we were driving somewhere with him. He gets front seat privilege. Now for me, I have tons of room. I have longer legs, so I don't sit too close to the steering wheel. I got lots of room for activities, for kicking around. There is a good amount of distance there. So now we'll head on back to the front, do a summary, and that concludes our walk around.
All right, so now that we've done a walk around of both the outside and inside of each vehicle, let's rehash some of the differences. So to start, the MSRP on the Elantra is $23,799, and with that you get push ignition, you get a sunroof, you also get BlueLink and a real spare tire.
Well, the MSRP of the Forte is $21,595, so a little bit cheaper. You get a wireless phone charger, rear climate control, and turn signal repeaters. Now, you can see there's benefits and there's, I guess, disadvantages for either or trim. It really comes down to what you like better and what you can justify price point wise. Hyundai has some great Elantra packages and Kia has some great Forte packages, but essentially they are sisters and we love them both. There we go. Let us know if you have any questions about either vehicle. Once again, we do videos for both Kia and Hyundai, and we are partnered with both stores. Me and Charlotte actually work at Brantford Kia, but like I said, we are partnered with Brantford Hyundai and Owen Sound Hyundai, and we can put you in contact with them too.
So as always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, make sure that you ask them in the comments. And also we have that link in our description box below. That way we can either answer them ourselves or connect you with the right people. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.